Thanks to HubSpot for sponsoring this video. Hey everyone, Ollie here. So, how YouTubers make money. So, I do think there's a lot of misconception, there's a lot of information that people don't really realize when it comes to YouTube, how YouTubers make money, how YouTube pays you, and the sort of other avenues of revenue that a YouTuber can make. And I wanted to go over that in this video. I wanted to cover all the different ways that YouTubers can make money. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my newsletter. I send it out once a month, sharing sort of interesting stories and links to interesting things, so make sure to check it out. So the first way that YouTubers make money is through AdSense. This is by far the most common and the easiest way that YouTubers make money. So after you have a set number of subscribers and watch time hours, you can apply to make money from the ads that are shown on your videos. So for the people out there who do not have YouTube Premium, when you watch a video and you get shown an ad sort of at the beginning or at the end or in the middle of a video, YouTube actually pays the creator a part of the money that the advertiser has paid them to show that ad on top of the video. The amount a YouTuber earns isn't actually a set figure based on how many views they get. So it doesn't necessarily mean that someone who's getting 10 million views is going to make a lot more money than someone who's getting 1 million views. It really depends on many different factors. In the advertising industry, there's something called CPM, and to make it simple, because I don't want to get technical, it is the amount an advertiser pays based on 1,000 views. So per 1,000 views, they will pay a rate to have their ad on YouTube. YouTube, of course, then takes a cut of that. So they have another figure which they show YouTubers like myself, which is called RPM. And that is the amount that I myself will take home after YouTube has taken their cut. So the RPM really will differ based on each creator. So the way it works is someone who is making gaming content is not going to be paid the same amount as someone who's making finance related content. So the advertisers will naturally be a lot higher. They'll be spending a lot more money on finance related content than they will be on gaming content. So I myself, I'm obviously making finance and business related content. I will earn a lot more money per 1,000 views than someone who's doing gaming videos. It's just part of the industry. That's just how it works. So don't necessarily equate millions of views to lots of money, because most of the time it actually doesn't mean that. There are some channels out there who just get a few 100,000 views a month, maybe a couple of million views a month, and they make a lot of money, a lot more money than someone who can sometimes get tens of millions of views a month. Next up, we have sponsorships. So sponsorships are probably the biggest moneymaker for most YouTubers that make content, including myself. Sponsorships do make up a good chunk of money. So AdSense, unfortunately, doesn't really make enough to replace a full-time income for a lot of creators, including myself. My AdSense income really isn't that high, and it definitely isn't enough to sort of replace a full-time job that I've had previously, or sort of client work or things like that. Sponsorships can vary a lot though. It really depends on the creator. It really depends on the product, the service, whatever the sponsorship is. They can be 60-second segments, or they can be product placements. When I started gaining traction on YouTube, that was my biggest money maker by far, because you can charge quite a bit of money for sponsorships. But again, it really depends on the type of content you're making and what you're sharing. Now that I've expanded into other income streams though, I'm not so heavily reliant on sponsorships, and that's the aim. I wanted sponsorships just to be another sort of revenue stream. I didn't want it to be the dominant revenue stream, because sponsorships, they can change a lot month to month. Some months you can get lots, some months you might not get any. And my aim, of course, is to make sure that I'm diversified, so that if one of my income streams goes down, it's not giving me a massive hit. I don't have to worry about, oh my God, how am I going to be able to afford this? How am I going to be able to afford that? Whatever it is. It is definitely by far the most lucrative though, but many creators don't do it just to get a fat paycheck. They use a lot of that money and reinvest it into their channel. Whether it's camera gear, whether it's lighting, whatever it might be for the channel, whether it's actually making that video, maybe traveling or hiring other people to help make that video. I think Mr. Beast is probably the best example of this. He spends millions to make his videos, and clearly it's working because he's getting millions of views. He's the most popular creator on the platform. I actually have a sponsor for this very video, and that sponsor is HubSpot. So if you're just getting started out on YouTube and you need some inspiration for your channel, HubSpot have 18 different templates to help kickstart your channel. Inside you'll find YouTube thumbnail templates, banner templates, different YouTube description templates, and a roadmap and planning template. The roadmap and planning template in particular is very useful to help set out a YouTube strategy if you don't really know where to start. The aim with these templates is to help you form a brand and a creative direction for your channel. I myself actually put quite a lot of effort into making sure that the aesthetic and the branding for all of my stuff is consistent. It just helps put that sort of professional, put together sort of look. These templates let you get started very quickly, so make sure to check them out. They're completely free to download. I'll leave a link down in the description below. Next up, we have affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing is when you link to a product or service and then you get a commission when a customer purchases that product or service with your link. This way of making money has been around well before YouTube. It's basically connecting a business who has a product or service, you sort of being a broker in between, you could call it, finding new customers for that business, and then you taking a cut because you've gone through the effort of finding those new customers. Some channels can make big money doing this, especially sort of like makeup channels and tech channels and stuff like that. They can make a lot of money from affiliate marketing because obviously they're covering a product on their channel. So I myself do it on my tech channel. I have a tech channel where I cover tech products and stuff like that. And if that product is on Amazon, for example, I will then link to it on Amazon in the description. And then whenever someone clicks on my link and they buy that product or any product on Amazon after clicking my link in the 24 hours after they've clicked it, I will get a kickback. That kickback can vary a lot from month to month. It's not a sort of guaranteed income. What I have found though is that at the end of the year, you know, when Christmas is around, that sort of spending season is around, I do make a lot more money from affiliate income. When looking at my figures, I can make anywhere between a few hundred to thousands of dollars a month. And obviously I'm not just limited to Amazon. I can work with any affiliate program I want. There are so many affiliate programs out there. Lots of products and services have their own affiliate programs, and signing up to them, linking to them, you can get quite a bit of money. I've seen some programs where they can offer up to 50%. But yeah, most of them are usually anywhere between 5 to 20%. Physical products. So these used to primarily consist of merch, things like hoodies, t-shirts and stuff like that, fairly basic stuff. I'm sure you've seen a lot of YouTubers out there sort of advertise their own merch, you know, t-shirts, hoodies with their logos and stuff on them. Yeah, that used to be a very common way to make money. Some creators were making millions by doing this. I think Logan Paul is a good example. He's reportedly made 30 to 40 million in his first year with his Maverick line of merch, which is just insane. You know, these people have gone out and bought sort of merch with his logo, with his sort of brand on it, and yeah, he's made 30 to 40 million. It really is amazing to see that. However, physical products have evolved in the last couple of years. I think people have sort of gotten tired of the merch. People don't really want to wear someone else's sort of brand or logo or whatever, and they've sort of evolved into more products that you can actually use day to day, more products that are actually useful. So Cassie Ho, who is a fitness influencer, she has the brand Bloggalates, I think it is, and it makes 8 figures a year as well. And she makes like gym gear, sort of gym mats and things like that, sort of workout gear. And that stuff is actually useful. I feel like that stuff, I can see people spending money on that sort of thing and really getting value from it. I make physical products itself. However, my store isn't actually really tied to my audience. So I have ulxstore.com where we sell sort of leather goods and things. 95% of the revenue on that store actually comes from customers who are not my audience. They have no idea who I am. So I've made the conscious effort to make sure that I have a brand that's outside of YouTube, just because I didn't want it to be so tied to me. I didn't want it to be so attached to sort of me and my persona and stuff, so that maybe in the future I can sell it or something like that, so that it's not so dependent on me to make money. I also plan to make a print store at some point because I want to be able to sell some of the photos I take and put them on sort of museum quality paper and sell them to people. I do get a lot of requests from some people asking, hey, you know, would you offer this in a print? And I'd love to do that. There's so many different ways to make money here with physical products. You can really sort of do anything and everything. Digital products. So this has seen quite a huge rise in the last couple of years. And again, there are many avenues like there is with physical products. So I've made a lot of videos discussing digital products. Make sure to check them out if you haven't already to get a better insight. But digital products can range from anything like a Notion template to a wallpaper or something. So I made $20,000 from digital products last month. And the great thing is that it's highly, highly profitable. The sort of margins on digital products is just so much higher than it is on physical products. I actually expect to see the popularity of digital products continue to rise as more and more people become sort of accustomed to spending money on digital things rather than physical things. Courses. So this has become pretty popular and a massive way to make a lot of money. Courses are meant to be niche, and it's going to sound crazy, but I almost like to see courses as mini university degrees, because I think at some point in the future, going to university and the sort of degree aspect of it might phase out a little bit. And then we'll see the rise of sort of digital courses online, which are going to be seen as more valuable than going to university, because they're a lot more likely to be sort of current and up to date than they are compared to something like a university course. Courses are meant to sort of take key info and learnings and then condense them down into sort of concise and easy to digest material. I have my own course called videocreatorcourse.com, which teaches people how to specifically make higher quality video. It's pretty niche, and it's meant to be, really, because I've primarily targeted at those who are looking to take the quality of their videos to the next level. You know, maybe they've sort of gotten sick of sort of just average quality videos. This is what this course is supposed to be. The amount of people actually doing that is pretty small, but I've done it anyway because I get so many requests for it. So yeah, those are the common ways which YouTubers make money online. For anyone who wondered how YouTubers afford nice cars, nice houses, all these different things, this is how they do it. These are some of the most common ways. There are some other ways that they can make money, of course, but these are definitely the most common. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and subscribe for more.